What does a cheese say to itself when it looks in the mirror? Hello, me.
That's good, honey.
Boom, boom. Hey, this is Holly Ray.
Hey, Mimi Ray.
And today is all about cheese. As you can tell, it's a cheesy up in here. So Mimi Ray, the first thing we're gonna be making today are some cheese and Bovril straws. Are you ready to get making, baking, and creating?
Yes.
Let's do this, girl. Okay, so you ready to get making, memes?
Yes.
So the first thing we're gonna start with is you're gonna put your flour into the mixing bowl. So that's 1 cup of flour. Then you're gonna add 125 grams of butter, soft butter. So you put that in. Teamwork makes the dream work. Now you're gonna get messy, so I'm gonna roll up your sleeve. Okay, let me roll up the sleeve. Bring that messy hand over here. Not that close. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
So you know what to do? I want you to make a nice crumble in there. So mix it in, use those fingers and rub the butter into the flour. I absolutely hate the feeling of flour on my fingers. So that's why Mimi does this job for me. But you like it. Kids love to get messy.
And they like to put it on their sisters.
That's not gonna be happening today if you value your life, child. My Kung Fu skills are on point at the moment, so be very careful. While you're doing that, I'm gonna add in a teaspoon of baking powder and a little pinch of salt. Get that flour into that butter. Amazing, baby girl. Baby girl, baby girl.
Imagine if all of this flour is going on your head.
On my head? Why would you even think that thought?
You can if you're a sister.
If you're a naughty sister, yes. Scoop the flour from underneath, because I can see there's some flour underneath there. Perfect. You basically want it to look like breadcrumbs. Okay, it's the right consistency. Now what we're gonna do is add a cup of grated cheese and turn these straws into cheese straws. So let's pop this cup of grated cheese in here. We're using a nice mature cheddar. Just gives it a really nice flavor. So now let's just get all that.
Hey, you love it. I'm massaging.
Mimi, this feels horrible. Stop it. I can't believe you did that. You're such a nana. Okay, let's go. Make sure you get everything off your fingers, please. Let's go wash our hands. We're gonna come back and crack our egg in. Okay? No. Off to the sink we go. Okay, so our hands are nice and clean, as you can see, both sides. I'm feeling amazing because I've got that horrible feeling off of my hands. I can't stand my hands being dirty. It gives
And
me
also
so
one
much.
thing. Are you married as always?
When did you steal my ring? How did that happen? Are you now a magician? So now what we're gonna do is our mix is nearly done. We're gonna crack 1 egg into this mixture. So here's the egg. Perfect, Mimi. Pop it in there. Ooh. So when you're mixing it, make sure you're kind of pushing. You want to get that egg in there nicely and get it all stuck together, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna get to rolling these cheese straws out. So I'm gonna pop this in the front here and we're gonna spread some flour
I want
onto
to do
our
it.
surface here.
Can I do it?
Yes, you can, Mimi Ray.
I love this part.
Do you?
Yeah.
Getting nice and messy.
Yeah.
You want it to really be covered everywhere. I don't want, because this is quite a sticky mixture, so you want to make sure your surface is really well covered with flour. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty our cheese straw mix. A nice little lumpy clumpy in the center here. And then you want to put some flour onto our rolling pin because we're going to roll this out.
Can I roll it?
So now, yes, you can.
Yay.
But wait, first I want this to be a nice circle because I need it to be an even circle shape, okay?
Even, yeah. Holly, look at this.
Oh, wow. I'm sure the cameramen are gonna love all that flour in their cameras. That is looking amazing. Amazing, amazing. Now, what we're gonna get to is making our bovril mix. So what I've got here is a tablespoon or about 15 mils of butter, and we're going to add a teaspoon of bovril to that. So when you mix it, it's gonna go from a dark brown color to a light brown because the butter's gonna mix in with that bovril.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is spread this bovril butter mix onto our cheese straw, rolled out cheese straw mix. So I'm gonna draw a line here, about halfway for you. Let's do a coloring and exercise. You see, this is your line, okay? You're gonna take this mix and dollop it in the center there.
Me.
Let me get it all out for you. Okay, you wanna get it out? And now I want you to smear it, cover this whole thing in like a nice thin layer. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about baking with your big sister?
So what I love is that we get to spend time together because, like, sometimes you're always working and we don't get to spend time together. So this makes up for all of the working that you're doing.
Oh, and you like spending time with me. Oh, I like spending time with you as well.
Aww.
My nunu pug. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up this other side and fold our pastry over. Perfectimundo! And now that we've folded it over, we're gonna give it another little roll.
Roly-poly.
A little roly-poly.
A little
A roly-poly.
Roly-poly.
A roly-poly. Oh, wait, you got some flour here. Look that way. Oh, wait, there's a bit there. Wait, there. Oh, wait, there. Okay, we're thoroughly unfloured now. Now what we're gonna do is cut up our straws. I'm gonna show you how to do a little straw twist. So use quite a sharp knife, and we're gonna cut some decent size little strips now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop these down, and I'm gonna cut a line down the center. You leave a little bit attached there. Then what you're gonna do, you're watching, Mimi?
Yes.
You're gonna fold that over, then fold that over, then fold that over, and then give it a little pinch at the end and a little pinch at the top. And you have a little twisty-wisty there. I have popped some non-stick agent onto this tray. Now we're gonna pop our cheese straws onto this tray. Means actually did such a good job with these cheese twists. Well done.
I knew it, girl. Break dancing.
Perfect. So these are all on. Now what I'm gonna do is I've preheated my oven at 200 degrees. I'm gonna pop these in, and they're gonna bake for about 20 to 25 minutes or until they're beautiful, goldeny, and you can see the cheese is all yummy and melted in there. So let's pop these bad boys in the oven, clean up the kitchen, and get ready for the eating. Yummy, delicious, they look so good, and we're ready to eat them. Okay, smells good. Okay, ready to get tasting. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice and crunchy on the outside. Soft on the inside. The Bovril comes through nicely, but it's not too overpowering. It just really brings out the taste of the cheese. Even the dogs are wanting some, as you can hear. The dogs are wanting in on the cheese action.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mimi's Corner. Today's segment, we are going to be doing some cheese Thursday.
Boo, 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 boo.
Holly, would you do the honors of cutting the cheese for us?
Yes, I will. We go through what we've got here.
Yeah.
We've got a cranberry cheese. We've got a blue cheese. We've got a Gouda. We've got some goat's milk cheese, some goat's milk cheddar, and some camembert. Okay, so what do you want to start with, Mimi?
Blue cheese.
The blue cheese, okay. I'm gonna take a little cheese knife. I'm gonna cut off. I love blue cheese, okay.
3,
2, 1. Okay, we're scoring it out of 10. Okay, ready, steady. I gave it an 8. What did you give?
I gave it 8.5.
I'm shocked that you gave it so much because your face was telling me you're gonna give it like a 4.
I was giving it an 8.5.
An 8.5.
It tasted good, but not that good.
Oh, okay, so you gave it an 8. I mean, not that good. I don't think that's an 8.5, but you do you. Okay, what's our next cheese that we're gonna be tasting? Which one? The Gouda.
Gouda.
The Gouda. Okay, ready, steady, taste. Okay. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 because I just feel like it just doesn't have that punch that I want, but it's still a good cheese. Like, it's still delicious, great for like a toasted cheese or something like that, but like to eat by itself, it lacks that like little extra mwah.
So why I give it a 9 out of 10 is because it was a very, very, very good cheese, but it needed an inch more of flavor.
Ooh, mozzarella is nice and soft. Okay, let's do this. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. A 4 out of 10. Oh, why? Yeah, I mean, I just think, like, for me, I could have maybe just, yeah, also a 4, but I gave it a 6 because I felt sorry for it. Mozzarella is great, I feel like, on pizza.
I don't care about it. I just don't like it.
But it doesn't have much flavor, hey. Next! Okay, let's try this Wensleydale cranberry
3,
cheese.
2, 1.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Oh. That is so good. 1, 2, 3.
Can I have a bucket?
What did you give it out of 10?
A bucket.
A nought out of 10. It's not bad. It's just like crumbly and it's weird and like it's hard to swallow. Are you okay? Just like weird flavors. Like it's sweet, but it's crumbly. It's hard to swallow. I feel like I need to drink some water after I eat it. Very odd. Okay.
Oh, never.
On to the next one.
I thought it was gonna be like nice and delicious and.
Yeah, me too, because that's what cranberries. I thought it was gonna be sweet and
But
yummy.
then after a minute, then it was just like getting crumbly and then like.
Next is our goat's cheese. It says goat's cheese cheddar. It smells a bit funky.
3, 2, 1. You ready?
Oh, I mean, I was, but my chalk wasn't. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Naught out of 10. You don't like it? No, I quite like it. It's got a mature, you need a developed palate, but also just a bit odd. Like, it tastes like, I can taste the goat.
Not for me.
I can taste that it came from a goat. Last one. Like that. There we go. Okay, ready? The last piece, cheers. Last one, let's go. Put the whole thing in your mouth. Yes. 2, 3. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Didn't you like it?
No.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was divine. I thought it was delicious.
That's because you eat it every day.
Yeah, I love camembert. But I think I'm just gonna take this plate of cheese and go eat it by myself. Bye, memes.
Give me the cracker. On that note, let's get back to the kitchen.
There's nothing like fresh herbs. I mean, you can buy your store-bought herbs, but there's nothing like picking fresh herbs and putting them straight into your recipe. And we're really lucky that we have a really nice herb selection in our garden. So I'm just picking some parsley to go into our cheesy quiche just now. So here we are, grating some cheese for our next cheesy bake. I absolutely love this grater. It's my new favorite kitchen accessory. I love the way this just pops up and you have a Tupperware underneath. And then when you have some extra cheese, just pop on the lid and store it in the fridge. How cool is that? So then we've got plenty of cheese here. So let's get to making what we're gonna be making today. And what is that, Holly? We're gonna be making an asparagus and onion quiche. So we all know that parents are always playing hide the vegetable when it comes to kids because you're trying to get them to eat more vegetables and they don't want to eat these vegetables. So today we're going to be playing hide the onion and asparagus in the quiche. I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to pop into the pan and a nice, generous, large onion. Mimi Ray Zizzle. While I'm getting the onions ready, are you gonna get onto the pastry?
Are we gonna make the pastry?
Yes, we are. It's so easy to make. It's not that complicated. All you need is butter, flour, and cheese. So you're gonna pop 250 mils of flour. So we pop in grated butter because it makes it a lot easier to mix it through. So another 250 mils of grated butter. I'm gonna pop our onions into here. Fry up those onions. So I like my onions nice and soft. I hate biting into an onion and it like crunches and squirts in my mouth. It's like the worst thing. And I know with onions, a lot of kiddies don't like that as well. So it's really important that you make sure you fry your onions.
I hate onions.
So they're really nice and soft. How's it going there, Mimi Ray? Are we getting crumbling?
Yeah.
Crumble away there, please.
I know.
So those onions are done. They're a bit golden, looking good. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out the pan and pop them into a little dish so they can cool down a little bit before we put them into our quiche mix. Then what you can do is when it's nearly crumbled, you can add 1 cup of grated cheese into there for me. It really is important that you use a good quality. Hey, 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 hey. Less eating, more rolling and rubbing. Amazing, Mimi Ray Ray. Mimi Ray Zizzle. Now what we're gonna do is pop this in the fridge to cool for a little bit while we make our filling. Okay, so I've taken our pastry out the fridge and it's firmed up really nice. And now what we're gonna do is push it out into our tin. So I'm gonna flatten it out a little bit like that and then I'm gonna put it in. Now means what we wanna do is push it out all the way. The rustic look is definitely part of the charm when it comes to this quiche, and that's what we really want to create.
I am so excited. Cheese is like my favorite topping on everything. Whenever I want to have a cheesy toast, I put so much cheese.
Okay, perfecto! Perfectimundo!
Perfectimundo!
Perfectimundo! Okay, we're gonna set this aside while we make our filling. So, first thing we're gonna add is a cup of milk into our bowl.
Now?
Then we have half a cup of full cream. Then we're gonna chuck in our onions. Our onions. Then we want a little sprinkle of pepper. So let's just give. And then I'm gonna add some nutmeg. Nutmeg is amazing with cheese because it really just enhances the flavor of the cheese. So we're gonna grate some of this into our mixture here. I love using fresh nutmeg because the flavor is always better with anything that's fresh. Perfecto! Okay, so I've got our fresh parsley that I took out of the garden earlier, and I'm gonna give this a little bit of a chop. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle about a tablespoon, I'd say about that much, into our mix here. Now, memes, you're gonna get to your art. We've got some tinned white asparagus here. You can use fresh asparagus, but asparagus can be expensive and hard to find, so it's easier to use the tinned asparagus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get creative with this, and we can like make like a circle, see? It looks cute, eh?
Yeah, looks like the sun.
It does. While I'm doing this, can you go grab a saucepan for us because we're gonna add some eggs into your mixture. So the reason I love asparagus is just such a nice texture, especially in a quiche, you know? It cooks nice and soft, and like I said, you're trying to hide the veggies and you really don't taste the asparagus in there. Such a nice veggie to pop in. Are you beating that nicely for me?
Yeah.
Perfect. That is looking good. Can you see that beautiful mix? You got those onions in there, there's parsley, there's some nice colors in there. So we're ready to pop this into there. Do you want to pour it in?
Yes.
My beautiful asparagus pattern that I worked so hard on is gone, just like that. So this is ready to go into the oven, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is looking so good. We've taken it out the oven. It's cooled down for a little bit. It is looking so cool. You know that it's ready when you feel that mixture and it's firm to the touch. It isn't wobbling too much. The pastry is a bit golden on the top. It is looking so good and it smells so nice. You can smell that cheesy pastry. Look how beautiful that is. You've got your asparagus in there, your nice topping, which is nice and firm, that beautiful green parsley on the top, and that nice crumbly crust. Let's get to eating. Oh, that is perfect.
I give this a 40 out of 10.
A 40? So we did good. All these flavors are working really well for me. How about you?
Good.
Good. We're gonna finish this quiche, me and you, just us. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you make it yourselves. From me, Holly Ray.
And me, Mimi Ray.
We're out of this cheesy episode.